Hello learner dudes. Today we will learn how can we ask question with when. When is a word. This is called WH word. So this WH word we can use only for asking question. So after WH word we need some helping verbs. So all types of helping verbs we can use after when. But among 24 helping verbs, which helping verbs we can use and we can ask question to the people, today we will learn. So now we will go to the board and we will see how can we make the question and how can we answer all these questions. Okay, now we are watching how can we asking question, how can we ask question with when. So today the topic is questions with when. So we have to ask question with when and other people, they will answer us. And when the other people will ask question to us, then we will answer. Total questions, total all types of questions with when. Today our discussable matter is when. When is a WH word and helping verbs will be many. All types of helping verbs, 24 types of helping verbs are there, and we will learn which helping verbs can be used with when. All helping verbs cannot be used. Only some helping verbs we can use with when. So questions with when, the questions may be in present, in past and in future. All tense. So in present, in past, in future, any tense we can use. When we will ask question with when. Okay, now look at the board. Questions with when. So, I have told you, there are 24 auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. How many? 24. Among them, we will use these auxiliary verbs. These auxiliary verbs. When is, when are, when was, when were, when do, when does, when did, when have, when has. So here have and has we cannot use. I am telling after some time why have and has cannot be used. I am telling, just wait. When had, when will, when would, when need to, when used to. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 helping verbs and when. Today we will learn how can we make the questions with when and 12 helping verbs. Now just see, if we want to ask any question to the people, then when, this word, when, W-H-E-N, when, W-W-H-E-N, when, this word,
W-H-E-N,
this word we can use at the beginning point. When we will ask the question, that time this will be in the beginning point. Just see, when will be the beginning word at the time of asking question. After that, helping verbs. After when, the second position will be helping verbs. What will be in the second position? Helping verb. So for when, how many helping verbs we will use? 12. How many helping verbs? 12. And in the third position we have to use subject. Subject can be any subject. You, he, she, they, Ram. First person, second person, third person. First person, second person, third person. How many types? 1, 2, 3. First person singular plural, second person singular plural, third person singular plural. But very interesting matter, when we ask question to the people, then we don't use first person naturally. Naturally we use second person and sometimes third person. So maximum time for communication we use second person, you, and sometimes we use he, she, they, Ram. Third person we can use, but first person we don't use. Normally we don't use. So there all types of subjects we can use for asking question with what, when. Okay, now subject will be third position. That means third means the position. Okay, now after that we can make the formation. Formation will be when plus helping verb plus subject plus verb V1, V2, V3. V1 ing also, and ing form also we can use. So all types of verb forms we can use after the dot 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 dot. Then remaining part. So now this is the formation. Everybody look at the board. Just follow the board. The formation is when plus helping verb plus subject plus verb V1, V2, V3 and ing. All forms. Then remaining part. So by this formation, by the help of this formation, we can make a question. When, helping verb, where, subject, you, verb, walking. So when, where are you walking? The remaining part is not here. So no problem. We can use the remaining part also here. When, where are you walking in the field? When, where are you walking in the field? Okay, again, when, helping verb, do, subject, you, verb, wake up. When do you wake up? Remaining part is not there. When do you wake up? Every day. Remaining part is there. When do you wake up every day? Do. Then we have to remember at a time, in a single moment, we have to remember which helping verb the questioner uses. Do, then subject plus V1. Am is there, then answer also am is there. Ing form. And have as had, then answer also will be have as had V3. Question with will, then answer also will be will V1. So which form of the verb will be used, we have to remember in a second, in a moment we have to remember. So now we will go to the questions. Many questions we can make by these helping verbs, and we have to learn the types of answer, the method of answer. Which type of question, which type of answer, which helping verbs will be used, which answer will be the appropriate answer of this question. Okay, now we will go to the question answer part. Understand? Now I am going to ask you questions with several helping verbs. So at first, when was? When was, after that, which subject we can use? In a moment we have to remember. When was? When was he? When was she? When was they? They will not be. When was Ram? When was father? When was mother? That means third person singular number. So now the question, if we make when was he? When was he? After that V1 ing. Ing form of verb. Just remember the formation. Ing form can be used. Now, when was he eating rice? The answer will be same. He was eating rice. When was he eating rice? He was eating rice at 10 o'clock. When was he laughing? He was laughing. He was laughing in the morning. When was he running? He was running after the class. When was your brother crying? My brother was crying. When was my brother was? When was your brother? My brother was. When was your brother? My brother was crying. My brother was crying. When? A time. When? A time is needed. So my brother was crying. My brother was crying at 10 o'clock. My brother was crying at 10 o'clock. My brother was crying
At 10 o'clock.
in the morning. My brother was crying at night. My brother was crying in the evening. In the evening. When was? So it is finished. When, where? When was is especially for third person singular number verb. Third person singular number verb. And when, where? Third person plural number and second person. Second person. When, where you? When, where you? When, where they? When, where your parents? When, where the boys? When, where the people? When, where the students? When, where? So after when, where, we can use the subject third person plural number. They, students, people, and you. You can be used here. And you, second person. So when, where you walking? So the question, just follow the question. When, where you walking? I was walking at 5 o'clock. When were you eating rice? I was eating rice at noon. When were you watching TV? I was watching TV in the evening. When were you laughing? I was laughing when I was watching TV. When were you? So understand? So after that, when do? When do you? That means second person. Second person. And third person plural number. Third person plural. Same subject. When, where and when do. They can take the same subject. So when do you? So in a moment in our memory it will come do. Question with do. Then answer will be subject plus V1. So when do you? Then what? When do you get up? I get up. When do you go? I go. When do you watch? I watch. When do you run? I run. When do you read? I read. When do you write? I write. So when do you, then verb, answer also will be the taking the same verb. When do you walk? The answer, I, this same verb, I walk. When do you walk? I walk. When? A time is needed. When? A time is needed. So when do you walk? I walk in the morning. When do you go to school? I go to school at 10 o'clock. When do you come back? I come back at 4 o'clock. When do you sleep? I sleep at night. When do you read? I read in the evening, in the morning, at night. So when do you? Now third person plural number. When do they? When do students? When do the people? So when do the people get rest? People get rest. Time. When do the people get rest? When do the people get rest? People get rest at night. People get rest at night. People get rest at night. When do the students come back? The students come back. Now time. Students come back at 4:30 p.m. Students come back 4:30 p.m. Okay, now when does? So after does we can use which type of subjects? Only third person singular number. We can use only third person and singular number. So when does he, when does she, when does your brother, when does your father, when does mother, when does the student, third person singular number will be the subject. When does? So when does he go? He goes. In a moment in our memory, it must come that question with does. Then answer will be subject plus V1 S by yes. Yes or yes. When does he go? He goes. When does he come? He comes. When does he take? He takes. When does he read? He reads. When does he play? He plays. When does he sleep? He sleeps. When does Swarnavo read? Swarnavo reads. When does Swarnavo write? Swarnavo writes. When does Swarnavo play? Swarnavo plays. When does Lavanya read? Lavanya reads. Can we remember it? Then when? For when, one time is needed. When does Lavanya read? Lavanya reads at 7 o'clock. When does Riju? When does Riju go to school? Riju goes to school when? A time. Riju goes to school at 10:30 a.m. When does Ritika read? Ritika reads at night. When does Shayon draw picture? Shayon draws picture when? In the afternoon. When does Prerana recite poem? Prerana recites poem on Sunday. On Sunday. So before time, at, before day, on. So now this question is finished. Now next, when did? After when did, all types of subjects we can use. When did he, when did she, when did you, when did they, when did Ram, when did the student, when did the people, when did Swarnavo. When did Swarnavo, don't make sound. When did Swarnavo. All types of subject we can use. So now we can ask question. When did Swarnavo go to school? When did Swarnavo go to school? In a moment in our memory it should come. Did. Question with did. Answer will be subject plus V2. Swarnavo when? When did Swarnavo go? Swarnavo when? When did you go? I went. When did you take? I took. When did you play? I played. V2 is needed. Means second form of the verb. Past form. Second form or past form. Past form of the verb. When did he eat? He ate. When did they play? They played. When did your mother cook? My mother cooked. When did your father bring? My father brought. When did your brother water the garden? My brother watered. V2. So if we ask question when did, then we have to remember all subjects can be used and the answer will be with V2. Okay, now the question, when did you go to school? I went to school at 11 o'clock. When did you draw picture? I drew this picture yesterday. When did you play cricket? I played cricket 1 week ago. When did you call me? I called you at 7 o'clock. When did he? When did he? When did he cry? He cried last night. He cried last night. So when did, then answer will be V2. When did V1 in the question, but when did V1, this question's answer will be subject plus V2. When did Ritika come here? Ritika came here yesterday. Ritika came here. Okay, now the next one. When had. When had. Here also all types of subjects we can use. When had. When had you. When had he. When had she. When had they. When had Ram. When had father. When had mother. When had your brother. When had your friend. When had your friends. All friends. All subjects can be used here. Then in a moment we have to remember that had, then question also will be had V3, answer also will be had V3. It is little bit easier. When had you gone there? I had gone there. When had you played? I had played. When had you called? I had called. When had you told? I had told. When had you read? I had read. When had Sharnabo called? Sharnabo had called. When had Sharnabo played? Sharnabo had played. Now, when, that is why one time is needed. When had Sharnabo played? Sharnabo played. Sharnabo had played yesterday. When had Riju cried? Riju had cried in the morning. When had Ritika done all the sums? Ritika had done all the sums in the evening. Ritika had done all the sums in the evening. In the evening. Okay? Now we can say after had all types of subjects can be used, and after had V3 is needed. Answer also will be had V3. So when had you called me? I had called you yesterday. I had called you yesterday. When had your mother cooked? My mother had cooked at 10 o'clock. When had your mother cooked? My mother cooked in the morning. My mother had cooked in the morning. My mother had cooked in the morning. Okay, now next. When will, all subject. When will equal to all subject. When will he, when will she, when will they, when will Ram, when will you. When will you go? We have to remember after will V1, answer also will V1. When will you go? I will go. When will you come? I will come. When will you tell? I will tell. When will you cry? I will cry. When will you do? I will do. When will you finish? I will finish. When? One time is needed. When will you go? I will go tomorrow. When will you come? I will come after 10 days. When will you read? I will read in the evening. When will you play? I will play in the afternoon. When will you read the book? I will read the book tomorrow. When will you return me? I will return you 2 days later. When will you return me this pen? Take the pen. And I am asking you a question. When will you return me the pen? I will return you the pen after 3 days. Lavanya, take the pen. Lavanya took the pen. Now I am asking question. Lavanya, when will you return me this pen? Lavanya is answering me. I will return you this pen after 1 week. After 1 week, because I will come here after 1 week. I will come here after 1 week. So is it clear? Okay, now next. When do you need to? So same when do. Here also when do. Need to means we need to do something. When do you need to go? I need to go. When do you need to buy? I need to buy. When do you need to buy a pen? I need to buy a pen before my exam. When? One time. When does he? When does he? When does he need to buy a pen? He needs. Does equal to subject plus V1 plus yes or yes. When does he need? He needs. He needs. He needs. When does he need to go? He needs to go in the morning. When does he need to go? He needs to go. When does he need to buy a pen? He needs to buy a pen before the exam. When does Gargi make tea? Gargi, when does Gargi need to make tea? Gargi needs to make tea in the evening. In the evening. Okay, now, when did you need to? When did you need to go? I needed to go. Need, after did, always V2. If I ask any question with did, then answer will be with V2. When did Gargi need to make tea? Gargi needed to make tea yesterday. Gargi needed to make tea last 5 days. Okay, then, when did you used to? Used to means habituation, habit. Every day if I do something in past, then used to. When did you used to read? I used to read. When did you used to go? I used to go. When did you used to play? I used to play. Now time. When did you used to play cricket? I used to play cricket in my childhood. When did you used to take rice? I used to take rice in summertime. When did you used to take coffee? I used to take coffee in winter season. Now, one thing is remain, that is after, when, have and has. Here it is written, but red color cross is there. That means we cannot ask question with when, have, when, has. We can ask question. We can ask question, but answer will be wrong. When have you gone there? Answer will be I have gone there yesterday. I have gone there at 10 o'clock. But after have and has, if we use time, then it will be past. Suppose I am asking you a question, that is when have you played? Then answer will be I played. When have you called? I called. When have you go? I went. So that is why we don't ask question with when have and when has, because the answer will be in past. As the answer is past, then question will be when did you? When did you go? I went yesterday. But if I ask question when have you gone, then when have you gone, then answer also will be I went. So that is why this question is valueless and also wrong. Now the first two is and are. Near future, will, except will. We can ask question with will. When will you go? When will he come? He will come tomorrow. So tomorrow is very near. The future is very near. So that is why we can use is and are. When is he coming? He is coming tomorrow. The same question is when will he come? He will come tomorrow. He will come tomorrow and he is coming tomorrow. Both are same. He is coming tomorrow and he will come tomorrow. Both answers will be the same meaning. So that is why we can ask question with when is, when are. When are the people demanding their money? People are demanding money tomorrow. People are demanding money next month. That means next month is very near. Near future. It is called near future. When are you? When are you? Lavanya. I am asking question to Lavanya. When are you? When are you finishing your job? That means when will you finish your job? Gargi, when are you calling Lavanya? That means Gargi, when will you call Lavanya? So the answer will be when are you calling Lavanya? I am calling Lavanya after 1 hour. After a second. Within a second I am calling Lavanya. Prerna, when are you coming here?
After some time.
I am coming here just a moment. After a moment. In a moment. I am coming here in a moment. Shayon, when are you going home? I am going home just now. Understand? So these are the process of asking question with when. And the answering method also we have discussed. Now every day, every moment we have to ask question with when, and also we will answer people when people will ask us with when. So now is it clear? Loudly. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So friends, our class is ended today. So after watching this class, if you think that this is beneficial for you, then you can share it to your relatives and to your friends, and you can subscribe our channel, and also you can like the video, and you can write your comment in our comment box. And if you need to know anything more, then I can make another video for you